why don't we all come together right now, in this moment, and make a pact? Let us make a pact that this is the first moment of your ascended existence, that this is the beginning of a deepening of the path that you hadn't found before. Yes, often you turn to theory, you turn to what you had been taught. But let us now say that everything that has happened to you in the life that came before this moment is now integrated. This means that no longer shall comma find a space in your reality. No longer shall reactions be the result of actions. Let us make this pact, that this is the beginning of a new way of life, that whatever came before you will now finalize, as you will prepare for the years ahead, for the ascension of all matter, which is an inevitable individual process and a global process, and for the world that awaits you after that. Because, 𝐸𝐸z𝐬, when I started talking through this body many years ago, when I started the class that you know as the Mastering the Grand Illusions series, I spoke from a point that you considered the future. This has been said often, that I projected myself inward to your reality from the past, but outward to your reality from what you consider the future. The past would be considered the fluid Lemuria. The future would be considered New Earth. But I, Ikara, am here today to tell you, celebrate the closing of the old and look forward to the opening of the new. Because 𝐸𝐸z𝐬, you hold the key. Not only do you hold the key, but you are the key maker. You are the one that decides which lock gets turned and which door gets opened. For even if we exist on a timeline that is going towards ascension of all matter, and where many beings with us have worked on creating the perfect timeline, still the outcome of this timeline, albeit positive in every single way, is a fluid one. The fluidity is a good thing, but not if it means that you allow others to create and fill in the blanks for you. In the 2 years that are ahead now, which is one of the reasons why this Sovereign Ascension Spectrum technique is coming out, there are a lot of blanks that still need to be filled in, and you have trained yourselves, you have prepared yourselves throughout the ages to make sure that you would be ready to take upon you that part, that responsibility. While many 𝐸𝐸z𝐬 are now going, responsibility is not part of the 𝐸𝐸z𝐬 collective. Well, yes, it is, and no, it isn't. I am talking about the responsibility that comes with knowing that which is truth. One of the things that happens with a being that learns about truth is the following. They become ambassadors for it. The reason why that happens is that as this truth begins to emerge from their lives, it becomes impossible to not share it through deeds and actions and words and theories and practice with others, to now step forward into a new space, which is your Sovereign Ascension Spectrum, where magic can take place at any given moment. That is why this message right now is for you. You listening to this in this moment, you are opening up once again to the magic in your life. Did you know, 𝐸𝐸z𝐬, that the world is a magical place? Did you know that miracles happen every second? I bet a part of you would say yes, but I also know that a big part of you doesn't recognize these things, no matter where you are on the path today. It is my intent in opening up your Sovereign Ascension Spectrum in this introduction to it, to change this paradigm for you, once and for all. Magic does happen, miracles are plentiful, and you are the one creating them. But do you understand what that means? It doesn't mean that when you create something, you necessarily see the end result of it. Oh no, no. You are all creators of peace. You are all creators of beauty. You are all creators of expansion and of love and joy, etc. Yet, these things do not always manifest in your life, and yet there is part of you that is always enabling these things to pour out and to flow into the lives of either yourself and your loved ones, or the lives of unknown people out there. We must reorient the energy that is operating within you. that you call life force to work both ways. So far, in the days that we're past now, and the many days that have come before that, your life force was a one-directional device. It meant that you could emit it, but you could not see the world through it. At this point in time that is changing, you can start seeing the world through the life force that is within you. On another level, new ones are beginning. Do you understand what that means? Communication. Communication in this hologram has been widely misunderstood as a space that exists between two or more participants wanting to interact with each other. And when they do, communication is born. No, actually the funny thing is that in the past when this happened, usually when people got together to talk, communication ended. And when people thought of someone in the privacy of their own space, is when they had the good thoughts about someone, or the heartfelt feelings about someone, because they had the representation of that energy that is being represented inside of their own energy field of that person to connect to. Now, as you move from co-creation to inter-creation, no longer will energy fields overlap from time to time. They will always be overlapping. Ikara, channel. Dapa Kuan San, the higher energies, love and ideas are flooding your planet, and everyone is receiving. It all depends on who is receiving and how they are translating into words and language. Some people are more receptive and so more open to receive, and some turn a deaf ear while others question where these ideas come from. Yet everyone is receiving because these energies are not reserved to a select few, but are coming towards your planet in full force. Therefore, everyone is receiving what they need to receive, what they need to hear, what they need to know at their current level of understanding and awareness. Therefore, free yourself of the who, when and how so you can navigate where you are with confidence and joy, no longer attached to the who, when and how. We've been talking about self-mastery. And what is self-mastery but mastery over the self? It is not about controlling the outside world, but being master of your own domain, your own universe of thought, feeling, emotion, vibration, intention. Therefore, trust everyone is walking on the path, whether they realize it or not. There has been a shaking of the planet that has placed everyone on the path. The question is, are you following your path or not? Everyone is receiving because the energies, information and ideas and love is pouring down non-stop on your planet. So the more open you are, the more you receive. In that sense, it doesn't matter what someone else receives. It's the same idea, the same concepts, for you cannot change the higher realms, but you can each understand them differently. You cannot change the divine, but you can each relate differently. The messages are similar in essence, but the translation can sometimes be different. Therefore, we won't put much focus on the message itself as much as we pay attention to the energy of the message, for it is the energy behind the words that is delivering to you. And as we said, you see what you want to see, and sometimes the message stares at you in the face, but you can't see, and that's okay. There are degrees of understanding, of awakening, remembering, and so you do that in degrees, in increments, and it's all good. Every inch is worth a celebration. Unlike you, we don't focus on the end result, the final picture. We see the little steps along the way, the details that lead you to the full picture. For without these, there is no full picture. Without every piece of the puzzle, there is no puzzle. Therefore, from our perspective, it is all working and working wonderfully well. And if you can just trust that, then you will be on your way, on your path to the fifth onward, with more ease, more joy, and less attachment. And that is the way we would like you to proceed. Channel Nadina Baun,